Welcome to the History Hunter and welcome to part 2 of this fantastic location where a young boy finds a lost German World War II camp and thousands of artifacts comes up from the ground. I was so fortunate to join this young gentleman and I have to say a huge thank you for that. I really do appreciate the time we spent together and it will be remembered for the rest of my life. So let's go straight into this. Let's watch some history happening right in front of us here and enjoy. He has until now found a tremendous amount of the pottery with the eagles and all kinds of markings on. Here you have the aluminum sort of combi spoon fork combination thing. There's another fork, very rusty, but you know, I'm gonna teach him to make a electrolyte sort of tool to try and clean a lot of these relics. Just going through here, there's so many things. More toothbrush, there's a nice pocket knife, and a lot of small things like knives, probably just sort of standard knives. No Luftwaffe items, even more of the Glockengasse sort of perfume. Another nice bottle here, and these are actually the 45 Colt rounds. Little bit strange to find them here, but either the Germans took a lot of prisoners and took away the sort of pistols from these guys, or these are relics from the period after the Germans surrendered and had to go home, so maybe all of this was tossed into the same box. I'm not sure. The problem with this place is that it's so overcrowded with relics. It's mind-blowing because here he has just started random cutting down into the ground, and immediately all these things here come up from the ground. You can see some practice ammunition. These are not easy to come by. Coin laying here. Another Colt 45 caliber cartridge. This one I haven't figured out what it is because it has a very special tip, a round tip. So I'm not sure about that. More pottery, more bottles, and here you see again another toothbrush from the German Wehrmacht. And look at that one. There it is. I actually tried to find that. This is something really rare. That is a eagle that has had its part in one of the sort of tactical planning boards. So I read that that eagle meant this is the location where the Germans sort of ruled and has taken over the area. So that was placed over the map, and when they had the strategy of attacking somewhere and they saved the area, that would be the piece that they would put on that area to mark it as the German Wehrmacht's zone. That is absolutely incredible. That is a bakelite eagle, and it gives you shivers down the back seeing this thing, and I've never seen anything like it, and he has found a lot of them here. So he's very fortunate, and he's been rewarded with a lot of special relics. So really nice for him, and so good for us to be able to share some of the findings that he has here. Let's go over to another place here and see if we can find more of the special relics that he has found. Here's another small pile. You can see a electrical connector there, probably from one of the field equipment they had. Then you have this. This is what you smoke a cigarette with if you're a sort of high-ranking officer, probably. Amazing to see still here. And there's lots of small pieces here. This small hole here, that is one of the most sort of productive holes that he has dug. And there's so many interesting things coming out of there. One of the interesting things are actual uniform and shirts from the German soldiers still here. So this is probably the working shirts, and some come out in very big chunks, and some come out actually almost complete, but they are very rotten, you could say. So it's not easy to get these out of the ground without them going apart. But this is genuine German Wehrmacht soldiers working shirts, and they are all over this sort of pile here in the ground. You can actually see the green color of it. Some of them have some small pockets, and you can see the seams here. So a lot of these from this hole here, but they are very moldy, you know, and they would be being in the ground here for such a long time. But it's quite amazing to see these kind of relics. There you can see a button on a uniform, or sort of it's not a uniform but a shirt piece. That's something I've never seen like this. And there you go, here you can actually see one of the aluminium buttons in the shirt itself. Well, there it came loose. Look at that. Really exciting to see this stuff. As you walk along this location, you can't stop thinking about what happened here, what went on, how many people was there here. I heard from one of the locals here that the Germans had thousands of soldiers here, and well, you could actually think so if you look at that. That's bayonet, sort of where you put the bayonet into. It's too bad, it's in really bad condition. But here you have this is a MG piece with wooden tip practice ammo. That is really rare to see, at least when it's in the MG belt. And here is some of the MG belt itself. So it can be restored, and well, it can look quite nice actually, but these pieces here don't look too good, but they are actually here. These are complete clips of the K98. So they were in the ammo pouches, and there's a lot of ammo here, actually bundles of them. Have a look here. This has been sort of it's all went into a big sort of pile everywhere. There are things like that, and there's a nice buckle. It's not in good condition. This is another piece of the ammo belt. There's more. I'll show you some more afterwards, because it's incredible to see the amount of ammunition they dumped here. So here's a lot of 9mm ammo right here in this pile. A lot of cartridges, a lot of live ammo put here, and well, so many things. It's almost impossible to describe. Have a look here. There you are inside there. So here's another very interesting piece of history. This is actually some paper with the German writings on it, and I'm not sure whether this is a small Bible or what it is. Maybe I can translate it from some of the text that we can have here on the video, but it's that is amazing, huh? I have a piece of written material from the Second World War laying here in the that is quite amazing. It would be very interesting to find out what it is. Okay, let's see if we can see some more of these fantastic relics. Coming over to this place here, you can see incredible amounts of ammunition that has been dumped here. This is just like a big pile of cartridges, and a lot of them are the practice ones with the wooden tip. You can see here the round wooden tip. Just a whole lot of them here. This is another example of the practice ones. Yeah, and coming over here you have a lot of the 9mm, just like in a big pile here, and you have a lot of the K98 ammo pouches. Right there you can actually read the text yourself, 1942, and the production code, I'm not too sure what it is. That's a nice one. All of these, he found the complete clips inside of the ammo pouches like that, and unfortunately he just pulled them up and ripped them apart, and that's a little bit sad, thinking that they could be complete. But you know, you have to learn as you go along when you're young, and you have to be able to do mistakes so you can learn from them afterwards. That's how it works. I'm not too sure whether there's a date there. Maybe it's on that side. Yeah, probably on that side, but that is ruined. But there you have the small sort of buckle holding. This one you can very often find almost anywhere where you look for the ammo. So also some belt pieces here, and again a lot of the K98s. That is a very rare one. That's a red plastic. That's a very, very rare ammo to find in the ammo belt. Okay, so there's a lot of things here. Ammo pouch again. He opened it up, took out the cartridges, and just let them stay there. Very nice. Okay, let's go on and see if we can find some more. This is basically just a big dump, what you could call an enormous trash pit, but at the same time it's very, very interesting because it gives you a sort of detailed picture of what they actually did and what they used. And here you can see there is some sort of I'm not sure what it is, but it's definitely German. Let's see if we can zoom in onto the text. Yeah. So it's another sort of container with a cream or something. They're everywhere here. Some sort of equipment here. Looks like a loudspeaker for me. And you have the this is for the cooking gear, the field, yeah, the Eichkochgestell. This is for the field cooking equipment. That one as well. That's the same. A lot of racers, everywhere racers, and a small piece of plate, and Finlandia. That is interesting. Probably a souvenir from one of the soldiers fighting in Finland, and bring it with him to this place here, Finlandia. That is incredible. There's so many items here. Here is the cleaning kit for the K98 rifle. Inside there should have been a lot of the tools, and there's actually a sort of another written. Is that a? That is tobacco, sort of. It is. I think it's for cigarettes. Polo, maybe. Looks like a polo player, or is it an Indian? I don't know. A lot of pottery again. Some sort of creams like this, the tubes. And this is a very nice piece of field equipment. A burner. You would put like probably kerosene inside there. The sort of cooking device on top. You will pump up the fuel with this one, fill it in there, and you can control the heat with this one. Nice one. Some electrical equipment, maybe some canteen canister there, another sort of spoon, and just have a look inside of the trenches here. There are relics everywhere. So what happened here at this location? Well, I found out that much, that this location was a sort of a transit point, and a lot of the K98 pouches there, and this is a heel iron for a soldier's heel, soldier's booth, and here you can see the nails going into the actual boot itself.